Your original hometown dealer, Saida, Trudeau Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram.
And I said, "You've looked everywhere." "Yes, we've covered this county. There, I don't know where to put them." And I said, "Well, I know CAP, wants to fly." And he was like, he was just real. I think he's not used to people going around him. And it really upset him that we were willing to make calls. And I said, and Sheriff, I said, "Why hasn't a silver alert been issued for them?" And he's like, "Silver alert? Well, there's paperwork, and I'm going to have to make some calls." And he just acted like we just asked him to dig a ditch to California. We hung up, and about 3 hours later, I called back. I wanted to know what the hell is going on. And so the young lady told me that this is Monday around 2:30. And she said, "I'm sorry, the sheriff is already gone for the day." I said, "Well, that must be nice to be able to just take off at 2:30 in the afternoon when you have a large missing persons case on your hands." And I said, "Well, what's going on with the silver alert?" "Well, we submitted it, but it got rejected." And boy, you talk about your head turning around side, I was like, "It got rejected?" And she said, "Yeah, because they're not residents of Nevada."
Ronnie was a veteran who had part of his lung removed due to Agent Orange. He and Beverly were longtime members of the Civil Air Patrol. The couple both were disabled, and calls to their phones were unanswered. The last time they were seen was at a gas station in Stagecoach. In the meantime, the couple's GPS coordinates took them off the beaten path. They ended up a hill in Silver Peak, stuck in the mud. They spent the night in the RV, then detached their car that they were towing the next day to go down the hill to get help. They brought no supplies with them, thinking they would be right back. That's when their Kia got stuck 2 miles from the RV. Days turned into nights with no food or water. One night it snowed, and the couple was able to eat the snow to hydrate themselves.
Once everything melted, they knew that was the only place to get snow.
They were battling hunger, dehydration, and the cold, huddling in the back of their vehicle for warmth, looking up at the stars at night.
They would look up at the stars, and Bev just told us that, the sky was just so beautiful at night with all the stars. And then in the daytime, they would lay in the back of the car and look through the glass and just the blue sky. And it was just cool that, Ronnie, an Air Force guy, she said there was just so many planes, just crisscrossing. And that's basically how they passed the time. As the days got a little further in the week, that he told her that he was dying. And she said that she knew that he was dying. And she said that he blamed himself. And she was like, "No, don't blame yourself." It was just a unfortunate situation, that put him up there, and an unfortunate situation that rescuers weren't able to get to my uncle in time. So he took his last breath at 3:12 in the afternoon, on Monday afternoon. And she said she took a photograph of him, and she did that because she wasn't sure if she would remember when he passed away. If she made it out, she wanted to know when was his death. So she took a photo of him. And she said she got in the front seat of the car. And I failed to mention this, but early on, and when they first got stuck in the car, Ron would tap on the horn, an SOS signal. And she was like, "What are you doing there?" And he was like, "Well, that's that's SOS." And she's like, "Yeah, but no, nobody knows SOS." And he was like, "Well, sure they do. That's just the kind of guy he was. Everybody knows SOS." And in Ronnie's world, he taught her to do the SOS rhythm, dot, 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 dash, 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 dot, dot, dot. And so she did it through the week. So once Ronnie had passed away, she moved up to the front of the car and dot, 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 dash, dash, dash.